The Arctic fox, often referred to as the snow fox or polar fox, is a master of survival in one of the planet's most extreme environments, the Arctic tundra. Before delving into the life cycle of the Arctic fox, it is essential to understand the environment in which it lives. The Arctic tundra is characterized by long, harsh winters with temperatures plummeting below -50 degrees Celsius, -58 degrees Fahrenheit, and brief cool summers. The landscape is dominated by permafrost, low-lying vegetation, and minimal tree cover. Despite these challenging conditions, the Arctic fox has not only survived but also flourished, thanks to its unique biological and behavioral adaptations. Arctic foxes have a gestation period ranging from 51 to 57 days. Typically, a female Arctic fox, known as a vixen, gives birth to a litter of 5 to 10 pups, though litters can sometimes exceed 14 offspring. This high reproductive rate is an evolutionary strategy to offset the high mortality rates that pups face in the unforgiving Arctic environment. At birth, Arctic fox pups are altricial. They are blind, deaf, and entirely dependent on their parents for warmth and nourishment. Covered in soft, dark, velvety fur, the pups weigh approximately 50 grams, 1.8 ounces. This initial fur provides essential insulation against the cold. The vixen nurses her pups with nutrient-rich milk, which is critical for their rapid growth and development during the first 2 weeks of life. Both parents, the vixen and the male Arctic fox, often referred to as a dog, play significant roles in the upbringing of the pups. While the mother primarily cares for the pups, the father is responsible for providing food. This biparental care ensures that the pups receive adequate nutrition and protection during their most vulnerable stage. Arctic fox pups are born with a high body fat percentage, which is crucial for their survival in the cold. This fat reserve helps maintain their body temperature during the initial weeks, when they are entirely dependent on their parents. Around 3 weeks of age, the Arctic fox pups begin to open their eyes and ears, marking the onset of sensory development. This stage allows them to start interacting with their environment and their siblings. By 4 weeks, the pups transition from milk to solid food, which is gradually introduced by both parents. This period of weaning is critical as it prepares the pups for independent foraging. During the summer months, Arctic foxes undergo significant changes in their coat. The dense insulating fur of the pups starts to lighten, blending with the thawed tundra landscape. This camouflage is essential for avoiding predators and enhancing hunting success. As autumn approaches, the foxes develop their iconic white winter coat, which provides both camouflage against the snow and additional insulation. By 8 to 10 weeks, the pups begin to explore their surroundings more extensively. They engage in play behaviors that are crucial for developing hunting skills and social interactions. During this time, they practice pouncing and chasing, which are essential techniques for capturing prey in the wild. This playful behavior not only hones their physical abilities, but also strengthens social bonds within the litter. The Arctic fox's fur is not only thick, but also water repellent. This adaptation allows them to stay dry and maintain body heat even when traversing through wet snow or icy conditions. By the time they reach 3 to 4 months of age, Arctic fox pups are weaned and begin to hunt independently. Although they start foraging on their own, they often remain with their family group until early autumn. This extended period with the family allows young foxes to refine their hunting techniques and learn essential survival skills. Arctic foxes possess several adaptations that enable them to endure the extreme cold of the Arctic. Their dense double-layered coat provides superior insulation. The underfur traps air, which is warmed by the fox's body heat, while the outer layer repels moisture. Short ears, legs, and a bushy tail minimize heat loss by reducing surface area exposed to the cold. The bushy tail also serves as a warm cover for their face during sleep. Arctic foxes can adjust their metabolic rate based on food availability. During periods of scarcity, they lower their metabolic rate to conserve energy. The Arctic fox is an opportunistic feeder, relying on a diverse diet that includes lemmings, voles, birds, eggs, and carrion. Their exceptional sense of smell allows them to locate prey beneath deep snow, sometimes digging through up to 60 centimeters, 24 inches of snow to find hidden lemmings. This ability is vital during the winter months when food is scarce. In addition to hunting live prey, Arctic foxes are skilled scavengers. They often follow polar bears to scavenge leftover carcasses, providing them with a reliable food source during harsh winters. Play behavior is a significant aspect of Arctic fox adolescence. Through play, young foxes develop crucial hunting skills and social hierarchies within the litter. Mock hunting, chasing, and wrestling are common activities that prepare them for the challenges of adult life. These interactions also help establish social bonds, which are important for cooperative behaviors later in life. While Arctic foxes are generally solitary hunters, they exhibit social behaviors during certain periods, such as breeding season and when raising their young. Territoriality plays a role in resource management, with individuals marking their territories using scent markings to communicate ownership and deter intruders. Arctic foxes have a unique social structure where dominant individuals often have better access to resources such as food and mates. This hierarchy ensures that the strongest and most fit individuals contribute most to the population's survival and genetic diversity. Arctic foxes reach sexual maturity at around 10 months of age, typically breeding for the first time in their second year. Males and females engage in elaborate courtship rituals, including vocalizations, scent marking, and mutual grooming to establish pair bonds. Monogamy is common among Arctic foxes, with pairs forming long-term bonds that often last for multiple breeding seasons. These stable partnerships enhance reproductive success as both parents contribute to raising the offspring. The male's role in providing food complements the female's role in nurturing the pups, creating a balanced parental dynamic. Mating occurs in early spring, coinciding with the onset of warmer temperatures and increased prey availability. After mating, the pair begins preparing a den, often using extensive burrow systems that may be reused and expanded over generations. These dens provide shelter for the family and protection from predators and the harsh Arctic elements. Arctic foxes are highly territorial during the breeding season. Pairs will fiercely defend their dens and surrounding areas from intruders, ensuring that their offspring have a safe environment to grow and develop. In some regions, Arctic foxes engage in communal denning, where multiple pairs share a den. This behavior enhances thermoregulation within the den and provides additional protection against predators, though it can also lead to increased competition for resources. Arctic foxes occupy a crucial niche in the Arctic ecosystem as both predators and scavengers. By controlling populations of rodents, lemmings, and other small mammals, they help maintain ecological balance. Their scavenging behavior, particularly in utilizing carcasses left by larger predators like polar bears, contributes to nutrient cycling within the ecosystem. The presence of Arctic foxes indicates a healthy and balanced ecosystem. Their interactions with prey species and other predators influence the distribution and population dynamics of multiple organisms, thereby enhancing biodiversity. Additionally, as a prey species for larger predators, Arctic foxes are an integral part of the Arctic food web. Climate change poses significant threats to Arctic fox populations. Warming temperatures lead to habitat loss, altered prey availability, and increased competition from other species such as the red fox, which encroaches upon Arctic fox territories as their own habitats expand northward. These changes disrupt the delicate balance of the Arctic ecosystem, making conservation efforts vital for the survival of the Arctic fox. Climate-induced habitat changes have led to shifts in Arctic fox distribution, with some populations declining while others remain stable. In regions where the red fox becomes more prevalent, Arctic foxes face increased competition for food and den sites, exacerbating their vulnerability. One of the most striking adaptations of the Arctic fox is its seasonal coat color change. During the summer, their fur is typically brown or gray, allowing them to blend with the tundra's rocky and vegetation-covered landscape. As winter approaches, their coat turns white, providing effective camouflage against the snow-covered terrain. This seasonal adaptation not only aids in hunting, but also offers protection from predators. Beyond their thick fur, Arctic foxes employ behavioral strategies to regulate their body temperature. They often curl up into tight balls, using their bushy tails to cover their faces and conserve heat. During the coldest periods, they reduce activity levels to minimize energy expenditure, effectively lowering their metabolic rate to survive extended periods of food scarcity. Arctic foxes can survive high levels of radiation due to their efficient DNA repair mechanisms. Arctic foxes communicate through a variety of vocalizations, including barks, howls, and screams. These sounds serve multiple purposes, such as signaling alarm, establishing territory, and facilitating communication between mates and family members. Scent marking is another critical form of communication among Arctic foxes. They use urine and feces to mark their territories, which helps deter rival foxes and signal reproductive status. Scent marking also aids in navigating the vast Arctic landscape, allowing foxes to recognize familiar areas and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Arctic foxes have been observed engaging in altruistic behaviors, such as sharing food with unrelated individuals during times of scarcity. Despite their adaptability, Arctic foxes face predation from larger Arctic predators, including polar bears, wolves, and golden eagles. Human activities also impact Arctic fox populations. Climate change, driven by global warming, alters their habitat and disrupts food availability. Arctic foxes have a lifespan of up to 11 years in the wild, though most live shorter lives due to predation and harsh environmental conditions. By understanding the life cycle, behaviors, and ecological roles of Arctic foxes, we can appreciate their significance and take informed actions to protect these iconic creatures and the fragile Arctic environments they inhabit. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share to help spread awareness about the urgent need to protect our precious wildlife. See you next time.